Let's get started, okay? For me, the most exciting thing I did in this room was paint this cabinet. It was black. It was sucking all of the air and the light out of the room. And I told my husband, I cannot go through one more season change with it black. But the tipping point is when I tried so hard to make it look good for fall, and I just couldn't. It was just swallowing all the decor. I went ahead and I got some really good cabinet paint and went to work on it, and it took me 3 days. So it was a big effort. But if you look at the before and after pictures, I think it was worth it. And it just makes me feel really happy that I'm proud of myself that I did it. If you have a piece of furniture like that is a good piece of furniture, this is solid wood and would have cost me $2,000 or $3,000 to replace it. Look at it and think, can I paint it? Can I do something to make it look better so that I'll enjoy it again? I also painted all the hardware color called antique bronze. It wasn't a spray paint. I had to brush it on, and a big surprise for me is my husband found the missing shelf. In fact, I have forgotten that it was there. Well, I'm just thrilled. Now you can see my Target houses just pop out, and I'm so crazy about my Target houses, and they just wouldn't have shown up like that when it was black. That's a decorating tip I have for you. Look at what you already own, because you may have just the right thing if you make some alterations to it. This is a little tricky, but I want you to see the whole room. I had the furniture that went clear around. I had a corner piece. The coffee table was down there. It was black. The lamp was black. The rug was blue. It was made out of denim and jute. It was blue. Then it had a great big dark brown fake leather ottoman in the middle of the floor. It had the ottoman because our granddaughter lives with us, and she had all these bins of toys in here. I got the ottoman on Facebook Marketplace, and it really served us well for a number of years. But now, thankfully, she keeps all of her toys up in her room, and we didn't need that anymore. So when I made this change, that thing was out of here. We took out the corner piece of the couch because it never really fit in there right. My granddaughter used to pull it out all the time and use that like a door. And sometimes she would climb up on top of it, and because it wasn't stable, she fell off. So that was something that we all agreed, let's get rid of it. And I think it's just opened up the room. You see, I painted the coffee table the same color as the cabinet, and I also painted the lamp, which has made a big difference. I painted it with Magnolia chalk paint, and then I polished it with Johnson's paste wax. I highly recommend it. It is stinky when you put it on, but it's the paste wax that people used to wax their hardwood floor with and furniture with, and professionals still use it. It creates a really nice kind of a soft gloss, and it's hard. I won't tell you the story of how this happened, but I actually use it on my bathroom counter and the water beads up. It's really tough, so I feel really good having it on my furniture. Another thing we did, of course, was we changed out the rug for this nice beige. It's a really beautiful pattern. I bought it from Wayfair. Really didn't cost me much. It cost me less than $250 for sure. And then I also got the coffee table from Wayfair, and I think you can agree it looks so much better than the ottoman. Your eye travels through it, and I have a neat place to decorate. So I'm really excited about that. I want to tell you about the display on top of the TV stand. First of all, the garland. I bought it from a seller on Etsy, and I just love how natural it looks. It has cedar and 2 different kinds of pine. You see how she's arranged it so it's thicker on one end and then it gets thinner at the other end. Well, that's how a natural garland would be. I think it's just beautiful. I was inspired by a Pottery Barn display for this arrangement. Of course, I couldn't buy a lot of Pottery Barn decor. It would have been too expensive. So I started out by looking at what I already owned. I already owned the 2 lamps in the center. The tall one I've had for a number of years. I don't remember where I got it. The small one came from a thrift store this year, and it was just awful. It just looked terrible. So I have spray painted them with antique bronze, and I've done a little extra work with a metallic paint. The tall bottle brush tree came from At Home a number of years ago. The carved tree came from Hobby Lobby. I've had that for a number of years, and it actually was brown, looked like wood, and I spray painted that as well. All the small bottle brush trees came from Dollar Tree, with the exception of the white one that has the gold on the end. I already own the Nutcracker, and then some of these other large pretty trees I got from Hobby Lobby at 60% off. The most important thing up there to me is that mirror. Doesn't it make a huge difference? I think it's just open the display and open the room, and it probably will just stay there. Okay, I'm going to tell you about our Christmas trees. This is a brand new Christmas tree. It's a King of Christmas. I'm not sponsored. I just needed a new Christmas tree because the one we'd had for years, this one wouldn't work anymore. Last summer, when it was on summer sale, I bought this one. I bought an unlighted tree. Was it hard to put the lights on? Yes, it was. But I love it. This is actually a type of a pine tree that we used to have when I was a kid. We are going to decorate our trees the day after Thanksgiving when the grandchildren are here. But I needed to get them up before that time so I could show you what I was doing. And my friend Daphne at Daphne's Homescape said in a video that she did that she was putting up her tree and just leaving it for a week and just enjoying it as it was. And I'll tell you what, my mind just went off, and I just loved that idea, and I have just loved it. I've got 3 trees in here. I've got trees out in the entryway and in the living room. So I'm in a little bit of forest, which I adore. We just live like a mile from the mountains and can go up and see the pine trees all the time. And so to have a little forest with just lights on is very pleasant for me. But of course, when the kids are here, we'll decorate. I'll put up my actual high Christmas decorations, and I'll do another video so you'll get to see what they are. This little tree was one of the trees I bought from IKEA. I showed that in our IKEA haul, and it just cost me $25. The lights were some kind of bubbly lights that I bought at Target a number of years ago. They're battery operated. The star came from IKEA. It's really interesting. It's a little paper star and it has a light bulb on it. So it's really light, so it'll go on any tree. I want to make sure you can see that beautiful star, bronze star that I have on top of this tree. Came from Target, and it is the neatest thing. It doesn't slip down on top of the tree. It has a clamp that clamps on the spine of the tree, which means you can have it as far down and you don't need to worry about it interfering with your roof. Let's do a quick tour around the room so you can know where everything's from. The greenery in the basket, which was thrifted, came from IKEA. That little stool came from TJ Maxx quite a while ago. I've just had that chair forever. This live tree came from Home Depot and cost me $30. I've just used the $5 fairy lights you can get at Target. The basket came from Amazon quite a while ago. The trees of the little house came from Target Dollar Spot. This green tree also came from Target Spot. And the Farm Fresh mug and the little tree in it came from Hobby Lobby. Our grandkids just love it when I read them Christmas stories, so we always get out our collection, and I have just put them in a thrifted basket. I just love this tier tray. I got it this year at Michael's. I filled it with a collection of decor I already had. Some from Etsy, some from Hobby Lobby, from IKEA, from Michael's, from Walmart, from Amazon. It's just a collection of things, but I think it's really pretty. I'm going to put firewood and logs and fire starters in the sleigh. And then I'm going to put my husband's gloves that I don't like seeing in that little basket. I've got our stockings on this haul tree. I got it at a thrift store. The stockings came from Amazon. I have cutouts of the family's names that are going to go by the stockings. Various throws around. I've used an old throw. It's a tree skirt. This tan and white throw came from Marshall's. You'll have to excuse the mess back there in the kitchen. That's kind of my staging ground, and I am still in the process of decorating. All the pillows except this, because he first loved us, came from Amazon, and that pillow came from Home Goods. The wicker tree came from TJ Maxx. The little green trees were dollar spots. The white poinsettia dish came from a thrift store. The tier tray came from Target Dollar Spot last spring. Pine cones came from our yard. The white lighted tree came from Amazon last year. They are still selling them. That little group of pine trees came from Hobby Lobby a number of years ago. This beautiful snow globe came from Home Goods this year. This is our small collection of snow globes that have come from various places over the years. If you enjoyed this tour of my room, I hope you give the video a thumbs up and that you'll decide to stick around and subscribe. And of course, I would love to hear from you in the comments. But meanwhile, here's another video for you to watch. Bye!